It's years later, the game's fully patched, and you keep seeing it on sale. Is it worth it? My friends, welcome back to the Review Den. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands is the first of the reinvented Ghost Recon games. And elephant in the room, no, this is no longer a tactical two-hits-and-you're-dead affair. This is an open-world military shooter, just with some tactical elements. Rather than highly scripted missions, you are given free rein to make your way through over 20 sectors of a fictionalized Bolivia, taking down the Santa Blanca drug cartel. Each sector features its own story missions to take down the local lieutenant, but you'll also have side missions to upgrade your team and allies. You'll capture high-value targets for information, find new weapons, or even steal supplies for the resistance. Take down enough lieutenants and you'll move on El Sueño, the dream, and bring Operation Kingslayer to a close. Or so you'd think. Gameplay-wise, Wildlands strikes an interesting balance. The open world means plenty of modern random events, silly or not, but some old school rules are still in play. Well-placed sniper rounds can one-shot unaware enemies, but anything else takes sustained fire. The player has recharging health and can endure plenty of damage, at least on normal, but movement is slower than any COD clone. Bullet penetration and drop-off are present, but exaggerated. It's all about managing the onslaught. You can take plenty of low-level goons if you have good cover or support, but in the open or when approaching a base, you will need to go tactical. Scout out the area with your drone, snipe the outliers, and slowly move your way in. Keep them off alert as long as possible, or it may become more than you can handle. Vehicles add a new dynamic to gameplay, and while convoy takedowns and chases are fun, the number of vehicles you take out can get a bit absurd. Just know that console controls here are slow. Even with the sensitivity dialed up, aiming is sluggish and imprecise. Old school aiming in a modern style game, not a good combo. Oh, no, come on, you can't blame me for that. Thankfully, you'll always have 3 teammates alongside, either AI or multiplayer friends, and between them, rebel assistants, and some clever gadgets, you'll always be up to the challenge. For presentation, Wildlands is a mixed bag. The natural environments, the wildlands, can actually look quite pretty, but the cracks appear up close. Villages and towns are just too empty to give that clockwork world appearance, the same problem we saw in Advanced Warfighter. Effects and destructibility also feel strangely last-gen. Seeing destroyed helicopters bounce off buildings like toys kinda takes you out of the moment. And it's the same with story segments. There's a few decent Clancy moments here and there.
Talk about money, Carzita. I work for the US government. We spend billions of dollars on hand sanitizer alone.
But mostly the enemies and dialogue come off like, well, Ubisoft characters. Sure, go ahead. It's not like I'm fighting a war here. Music mostly consists of distant guitars when things are quiet, and there are some in-universe narco folk songs which are a nice touch, but they don't come close to Far Cry 5's gospel songs. Not that many things do.
Keep your rifle by your side.
And for content, Wildlands is a fairly lengthy game, and that's before DLC. You only need to down 2 of the 4 sub-bosses to move on the ending, but clearing out the entire map of missions, lieutenants, and upgrades will easily take tens if not hundreds of hours. Also in a fun touch, some crossover missions were added to tie in other Clancy IPs. You'll work with operators from Rainbow Six Siege,
Operation Patriots, ring any bells?
meet a young recruit from Ghost Recon Future Soldier, protect Sam Fisher during an infiltration, which, yes, includes that cutscene.
He wore a bandana or something.
I heard he finally retired.
It's only me.
And fight alongside John Barenthal in a very cool overture to the sequel, Breakpoint.
You owe me for the lives of 2 of my men. You stray 1 iota this Saturday, I'll come and I will collect on that debt.
Now, microtransactions are available, and there are a lot of them, but these are mostly cosmetics, and none of the weapons are pay to win. Out of the box, the best guns are right in the campaign, and you have more than enough options to play dress up. For competitive play, there is a class-based 4-on-4 multiplayer, but most players looking for PvP have moved to newer games. No, the real question here is the campaign. Is it worth the sale? Honestly, Wildlands makes it a tough question because it's a mix of styles that don't always gel together. One moment it's Grand Theft Bolivia, the next a single alerted enemy can ruin your run. FPS veterans will probably make quick work of a few Sicarios, but the Federales act as the game's elite enemies and usually need to be taken by stealth. The large campaign world means lots of game for the money, but the shooting mechanics and presentation do feel outdated. It's a shame, too. Most open-world military games like Mercenaries or Just Cause embrace the crazy. It's nice to see a more serious take on the genre, where you need to plan to overcome the odds. For a $9.99 sale, I think this is a fun campaign to share with like-minded friends. Just know this is not old-style Ghost Recon. The fun here is more in the open world and unexpected events. It's a nice idea, it just doesn't quite nail all of its targets. But what are your thoughts? Feel free to comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back with another video, and as always, remember to keep going. You are worth it.